Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness. Good morning, good afternoon. Whatever it is for you, I hope you're having a fantastic day. My name is Zach Schomler. This is Strong Opinion Sports. Thank you so very much for tuning in. Today's episode is unique. I did a phone interview with a guy named Eric Badlands Booker, BadlandsChugs. Look him up on YouTube. He's got 1.5 million subscribers on YouTube, BadlandsChugs. And I'm a fan of him. He's a great dude. He's really cool. He's one of my... I'm not super into competitive eating, but he is the personality that I follow, that I like in the food eating community. When he contacted us, I jumped at it because I was like, are you kidding me? I can have BadlandsChugs on my... to interview him? Like, what? I don't know. I've heard of him before. It's one thing to have a random food eating guy, because we knew that maybe... people got in touch with me, said, we have a food eating guy who might be able to talk to you. And I was like, okay, not sold at all. They didn't sell the interview good at all. And then I hear, oh, it's BadlandsChugs. And I'm like, of course, it's the one competitive eater other than Joey Chestnut or, Kobayashi I've heard of. I'm like, are you kidding me? Let's bring him on. And my fear is that audio is not the greatest. Any audio problems were just on the phone. But he's a great dude. I'm rooting for him. I had a blast talking to him. I really loved it. And I had this interview. I'm like, what do I do with this? I'm halfway through recording my film analysis videos. It felt like too big to just be part of an episode. So here it is, the full interview, just a single podcast dedicated to that. He's great. Look up BadlandsChugs on YouTube. He's a great dude, great guy. I'm glad he gave me so much of his time. And so without further ado, enjoy my full interview with BadlandsChugs. Good morning. Am I talking to Badlands?
Yes, you are.
Hey, man, so is that what you go by? Oh, it's what I was told, probably, and I think it's badass. That's what you go by?
Yeah, I mean, it's not on my driver's license, but that's what people call me.
Man, that's awesome. I got to say, is there an origin story for that? Is there by the way, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, basically, in 2001, right, when, I'm kind of old school, because I'm the OG of this.
Yeah.
In 2001, right, when Gersh Kuntzman, right, he's a reporter for the New York Post, and he was, doing the story to tell the tape for all the eaters or the Nathan's Hot Dog Contest, and this is when Kobayashi, legendary Kobayashi, weighed 50, it changed the game. It was coming in, no one knew who he was, right, at the top, right, and at that time, right, I was next to Ed Crotchy, right. I was the next, America's next best hope, right. So I'm reading the paper, and it says, yes, we got Ed the Animal Crotchy, and we also have Eric Badlands Booker. I'm like, who's that? So I'm like, the name had a cool ring to it, and when I did the Glutton Bowl, right, I say, a few months later, that's when the name really stuck, so, I said the name was cool, and, for the Top Gun pilot, it's good to be named, what I'm saying, so I ran with it.
That's awesome, man. Hey, I gotta say, I'm a big fan of you. I wish I would have led with that. I first came to know who you are on the morning of my dad's wedding. I was laying in bed on my phone, and a video pops up of this guy. I think you were in your car downing like a massive soda, and I was just befuddled. I was like, I don't even know what to do with this, and I have such reverence for what you do. I've talked to people who can dunk, make touchdown catches. How do you get into a career like this? Because I think you're just really, really a fascinating enigma that I'm a fan of. You're awesome.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. But basically, I got into competitive eating by accident. It started back in 1997, right? And this is like, competitive eating is not established as an in Japan it was, but in America it was like, pretty much in its infancy, right? Yeah. There was only two contests back then, the Nathan's Hot Dog Contest and, maybe a little mom and pop, pie eating contest somewhere, So I go into my local Nathan's, right? Where I take my kids, they have the big ones here in New York, and it's like what they used to. When you go in there, you have a couple of franks and some chili cheese fries, whatever. And in the back they had a big old game room. We played arcade games and stuff like that. So one day I see a sign. It's like Uncle Sam, right, with a Frank in his hand, with the "I want you" pose, right?
Yeah.
And he said, "I want you to enter Nathan's hot dog contest," right? So I'm like, "Oh man, I love Frank's. I love Nathan's hot dogs. Let me see how I do with this." It wasn't no like real sign up thing. It wasn't like it is now. We can go online and just see what the deal is. So I asked the manager, "What's going on with this contest?" He said, "Just come here Saturday, 12 noon, and talk to a man named George Shea." So that's what I did. And man, he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna put you right in the center, right?" So I did that, right? My first day, no practice, no, I'm putting mustard and all that stuff. I'm like, just pretend I'm going ham at a barbecue, just going all in. I ate 17 hot dogs and buns in 12
Oh
minutes.
my gosh.
Yeah, I got a 3-foot trophy. I got a seat at the finals in Coney Island because everybody you see on Coney Island, they qualified somewhere else in the country. And I got a year's supply of hot dogs. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get a card. I come in here for a year, come and work, get a couple of friends, whatever.
Yeah.
They gave me 480 links of hot dogs. I had to buy an ice box.
Yeah, what do you even do with that many?
Hey, I wasn't complaining. I kept half and I sold half.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was good times. And the rest is history,
As you're from New York?
Yes. I'm originally from South Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
But I live now in Long Island. I live now in Southern, which is Suffolk County, out there by Ronkonkoma.
I was just there, literally a week before Corona made us all stuck in our houses. I was literally there. I was on Coney Island. That's so crazy. My first time there was like a month, right at the end of February. That's so crazy to me.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to go back. It's an amazing area. I'm a big fan of New York and the people there. But I want to get back into food. Do you train? How do you prepare for something like a food eating competition?
Well, basically, in my experience, you need 4 things. There are more steps, but the 4 major things that you need, right, to do well in the contest, you need stomach capacity, you need a good strategy, you need stamina, and you need focus. So basically, I train my stomach, right, to hold large amounts of food. It's all muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you eat a big Thanksgiving dinner, right, and you're like, oh my God, I ate too much, right? but it's like the next time you eat a big meal, you'd be like, I think I could eat a little bit more. So pretty much, I eat a lot of low calorie foods. Cook up cabbage and rice and big salads and stuff like that. Sometimes low calories, Jello, or if I'm feeling lazy, I'll just drink a whole bunch of water. Anything to get to get my stomach to get used to holding large amounts of food, and over time, how muscle memory is. It's like doing the bicep curl in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Build and destroy. You know what I'm saying? So, and over time, you'll get the capacity to do like incredible things like what Joey does, eat 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes. But Joey is like the LeBron James of this song.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man.
I'm sorry, but with that, right? Then after that, you need a good strategy. Basically, you figure out how you're gonna attack the food, right? If it's hot dogs and buns, you gotta wet the bun. It don't taste appetizing, but it's the fastest way to eat it. If you're eating if you like brownies or muffins or something, you got to bring your hot liquid to break down the brownies. You know what I'm saying? So you got to have a good strategy. You got to have good stamina, because even though it doesn't look like it, you're doing a lot of work internally, and you can get tired in a 10-minute contest. So you got to have a decent amount of stamina. You got to do your cardio, and you got to have a focused mind. It's just you and the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Or you and the whatever you're eating. You and the wings. You know what I'm saying? You got to come eating, like Star Trek, when you mind with the doggone, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So that's basically being hungry and focused.
Yeah. That's what's cool to me is their strategy, but people, I can watch an F1 driver and not quite understand how fast they're going. When I watch you eat 2 pounds of bologna, I'm like, okay, I know I could not do that, and I'm nowhere even close to that. I think it's so cool to me. Like, it's just so obvious. Like, it's incredible. Like, I don't know. I really have great reverence for it. When you got into this, what does your family think? I know that, when I started making videos, my family was kind of not, a lot of people were like, what is he doing? Why is he's on YouTube? Like, what's happening? When you become a competitive eater, what does your family think?
Oh, when I started, there was like, it's a little quirky, it's a little fun, it's a little different, right? But, they're all for it, what I'm saying? And it was like, bring back the hot dogs, it was just cool that in the early years, I basically just did just to get hot dogs. When get 500 links, 480 links, and be the man at barbecues all year round.
You're bringing in food. You're bringing in food.
Yeah, definitely. And but when it got really serious, like when after 2001, when Kobayashi shocked the world, and there was contests every other weekend. What I'm saying? I start flying from here to there, doing stuff, and it was just my family loved it. What I'm saying? They my son he helps me out a lot. With the music and taking pictures and stuff. And it's just they just love it. What I'm saying? And it's like. They're like, Dad, you do the eating, we'll support you with everything else around it. but they love it.
That's awesome, man. That warms my heart. My dad and I work really closely together. My dad works as my agent. Like he's the one who talked to your people to get you on the phone with me. I mean, I really, it's cool that your family supports you and that you work with your son is so special, man. Can you talk about that? That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. My son, right now he's a producer. He makes music, right? His name is Brandon. He goes by OK Hip Hop and all his like social media, right? And it's like he's a music producer. He also does post production work on feature films. So it's like he's doing it. Wow. And it's like and it's like. Especially my YouTube channel, right? I have BadlandsChugs, right? I have like 1.5 million subscribers, and it's like, he's a big part of that too, because it's like, I'm there, I'm chugging whatever I'm chugging, the world one bottle at a time. It's like, I believe that. Him helped me out, with his, film experience with the angles and the lighting and with the music behind it to keep everything flowing and stuff like that. He helps me a whole lot. He's a big part of, my channel being a success. So, hats off to my son, Brandon.
I love that, man. That's so cool.
He's right here too, doggone it. Hey, Brandon. I'm looking at him right now. He's like,
That's awesome. Hey, man, I got to ask, what's the most difficult challenge you've ever done? I mean, you've done a bunch of competitions. What's the one that you remember going like, ooh, I don't know how I did that?
Oh, I got a doozy for you, right? Right? Okay, we was about to do a show for Fox called the Glutton Bowl. Okay. And I was actually set to fly off like the night of September 11th. And you know what happened then, what I'm saying? Yeah. It was a horrible time for all of us. Me especially living in New York. And so people was like, nah, I don't want to do it. I'm scared to fly, and this and that, right? So people was, the producer was like, we still want to film this. So 2 weeks later, there was like, if you want to come, you can come on, and then, we'll put $500 on the pot. And then a couple of eaters was like, we're not going to let, terrorism, stop our joy, we're going to go. So we went, right? And we did the show, and it was like a elimination round. It was like about 8 contests, right? Different foods, hot dogs, hamburgers, hard-boiled eggs, pickled beef tongue, sushi, a whole bunch of stuff, right? And it's like they had like a wild card round. All the second place winners went for a wild card, and they had to eat Rocky Mountain oysters, right? Ooh. But the Rocky Mountain oysters wasn't like chopped up, battered, fried. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was the actual like balls. Oh. Just like boiled, right? And I was like, well, I'm glad I won the egg round. I don't have to do that. but then when we went to the finals, right, they threw us a curveball. It was like, okay, what's going to be this time? The lady ripped the platter off, and it was 10 pounds of cow brains just looking at me. I'm like, oh
Cow
no,
brains.
cow repent and
Oh,
cow brains.
oh.
Yeah, yeah. So 3, 2, 1, eat. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get mad cow. It's gonna be rap. I'm gonna be,
Yeah.
doing the Harlem Shake, twitching. Oh man, right? But when the smoke cleared, Kobayashi won that one. He ate 17 pounds of it.
17 pounds of cow brain?
But the thing about it is that he had it before, so he knew. He was like, oh yeah, he had it before. I'm like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're probably thrown off. You're like, I don't even know. I've never eaten this in my life.
It wasn't. It tastes like liver. You know what I'm saying? All them organ meats taste like liver. So it's like it's more like it's like riding a roller coaster. The worst part of riding a roller coaster is waiting in line and going up the first for the first.
The anticipation, the build up.
Yeah.
Is that the weirdest one? Is that the weirdest one you've ever done?
That was up there. Yeah.
Any other weird stuff like snails or any like I have no idea.
Wow. I can't remember any. I can't remember. That was the big one. I mean, I've eaten Maui onions once, but that was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It was like but that was a cool trip. They sent me to Maui, and we did this thing at Whalers Village, a tradition. They eat Maui onions, and the thing about Maui onions is that they're sweeter than the Vidalia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they eat them like apples. They eat them like Shrek. You know how Shrek eats
the
apples? That's a thing in Maui. You know what I'm saying?
Cool.
Well, it's like you bite into a New York onion. You just you crying a river. So. But I'm like, I don't know about onions. And we'll say to Hawaii. Okay, let's go.
Man, to go to Hawaii, you need onions. Still, that's not a bad gig at all.
Hey, it's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, But yeah, I'd say the Rocky Mountain oysters was the top. I can't remember anything equally as bad.
What's your favorite one when you look back? Is there one that you're like, oh man, that one's I would do it again?
Oh man, there's so many, so many contests, so many good ones, so many ones that don't do anymore. Like we did the Crystal Burgers down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Crystal is like White Castles, but down south, right? And but there's still some good ones that are still going on. Like the one of my favorites is the National Buffalo Wing Festival up in Buffalo, New York. Every Labor Day weekend, they fill a minor league baseball stadium with just like tents from every wing spot, from your local wing wagon down the street next to the Greasy Spoon, all the way up to Buffalo Wild Wings. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's there, and then they have pageantry. They have Miss Buffalo Wing. They have bobbing for Buffalo Wings and blue cheese. They have a thing where people come up there and they they have creative style buffalo wings, and then we judge kind of Food Network style. But then they have like the amateur and the professional winging contest, and where they just give us 5 pounds of wings for 12 minutes. There's a whole big crowd there. All of Buffalo is there, and we just go to town. Just be savage. There's no pretty, no dainty eating. The 2 fingers on the wings with the pinky out. We just you're surprised you're not eating the bones.
Oh, that's awesome.
But that's a fun one. I like that one. And of course, the Nathan's Hot Dog Contest is totally awesome. I remember when it was held in Swikirk's Alley, which is like a seating area now, right behind Nathan's. Mm-hmm. But then it got so big that people was climbing fire poles and standing on roofs to see it. And so they had to move it to where it is now. And on an average, 35,000 people come there, and it's just awesome. We do the hot dog contest. They have pageantry. They have bands that play, DJs that play. I do a little rapping. It's fun.
I want to ask you a question. You're from New York, and every city I've ever been to has kind of their city's food. Like Cincinnati has Skyline Chili. Now this might be a naive question. I don't know. is Buffalo's food, do they consider their like city food wings? Is that what they kind of lay their hat? I've heard of Buffalo Wild Wings. I've been there. It's great. But is that their city food that they're really proud of?
Oh yeah, Buffalo. Yeah. Because Buffalo wings were invented in Buffalo. Back in '64. The Anchor Bar. The owners there, right? They the story goes is that their kids came in with a bunch of their college buddies, and they were hungry, and they was like, hey, let me fix you up something to eat. So they just like said, there ain't much here. Supply trucks ain't come yet. So let me just throw something together, right? So they put some wings with some French red hot sauce, some butter, and they mix it up, and that was the original buffalo wing. You just caught on like wildfire, and it's like, Anchor Bar is like the traditional wings. And if you go to Buffalo, like if you want like more saucy, like type of wings, you go to Duff's, and that is a big like Anchor Bar.
Yeah.
How it's like, Pat's and Geno's is pretty much the touristy cheesesteak. Yeah. Because Pat's was in Rocky, and Geno's is like lit up like Times Square. Pat's has original cheese, Geno's has whiz. But if you want a real cheesesteak, you go to Tony Luke's, or you go to there's a spot on Fifth Street down in South Philly. I forgot the name, but you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, but in Buffalo, it's definitely the Anchor Bar. That's the original. That's where it started. And Duff's. Duff's is like the more like sauced up, the protege,
Yeah, for sure. My dad makes fun of me because occasionally, now not very often, but occasionally I'll have the boneless wings, and he just says that's a sin. You can't have it. They're basically just glorified chicken nuggets. They're terrible. What's your take on all that?
I forgive you. Go and say no more. Boneless wings. Come on.
Oh man!
There's nothing like going to a bucket of wings and just be like, how do I feel today? Do I feel like just getting the flats, or do I feel like meaty and just get the big old meaty drum? It's you gotta have the wing, the bone. They're just chicken nuggets if it's boneless.
Yeah, I admit to that. It is. They're just expensive chicken nuggets.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I got to ask you, you're about to compete in Major League Eating's event, Bet Online's Quarantine Challenge. It's on a bunch of platforms. It's on the YouTube channel for Major League Eating. I want to go through round by round what you're going to be eating. But before we do that, what's your whole take on that? Are you excited about that? Can you tell me a little bit of information about the challenge?
Yeah, I'm totally, excited for the BadlandsChugs Quarantine Challenge. It's going on tonight at 7 o'clock. It's going to be streaming on a whole bunch of platforms. I mean, the one I know about, right, is the Major League Eating's YouTube channel, right? And you could probably go on betonline.ag because they're the big sponsor too. So they'll probably be streaming on their website. And it's like bracket style. 8 of the top eaters. You got Joey Chestnut, Mickey Sudo. You got Stoney, the legendary Matt Stoney. Big comparative eater, YouTube channel sensation with his 10 million subscribers. And you got Gideon the Truth, OG McReary. You got your man, yours truly, Badlands. And it's just, it's just 4 heats, right? The first one tonight, we're doing bologna. I'm excited, you know what I'm saying? I haven't eaten bologna since, I'm more of like a what do you call it? Honey maple turkey boar's head kind of guy with a little bit of smoked Gouda cheese. If I can't get smoked Gouda, then I'll get the cheddar because my wife likes it. So I haven't eaten bologna since high school, but a couple of days ago I familiarized myself with the texture and see what good strategies I can get. So tonight I'll be ready. But the first round's bologna. That's the qualifying round, and then
let me ask before we do that. So round 2 is milk and cookies, but after bologna, you have 2 pounds of bologna tonight. How do you recover to get? Because Sunday's milk and cookies. How do you recover after eating 2 pounds of bologna tonight?
There's only 2 pounds of bologna.
He said it's only
that's
2 pounds.
lunch.
Oh my gosh.
I just wish that I could get a couple of slices of bread in there. Get some Joey Chestnut mustard or some Frank's mustard. Any kind of mustard. Just
Yeah.
shoot, slap it on in there.
Oh, you're an animal.
Yeah.
I love it. That's awesome. What about the Oreos? It's I think 48 Oreos. And this should be easy for you. I think a thing of Oreos and then half a gallon of milk. I think for you, you can knock that out of the park, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. The milk is easy, but the Oreos may be a little tough because Oreos are hard. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I don't think they're gonna let us heat the milk up. I think we just gotta do it just straight. The half gallon of milk unopened, straight from the store, and then we have the family size Oreo. So it's it's going to be a little tough, you know what I'm saying? Because when you chew the Oreos, it's tough, and then you got to drink the milk behind it. But chugging the milk should be no problem. But just going through the Oreos may be a little challenge. Not saying that I can't do it. So, but I'm gonna bring my A game pretty much.
What's your strategy? Do you have to pair them? Because you have to use I would think, the liquid to break down the Oreos, right?
Right. But since you can't heat up the milk, it's going to be a little tough. So what I'm planning on doing, right, is maybe just go 2 at a time. Maybe just, I got to just find a rhythm, saying 2 at a time, drink the milk, let the milk break it down. Another 2, drink the milk, break it down. Another 2, drink the milk. Just get a rhythm, not trying to be the fastest out the gate and then slow down, which is no good. Just trying to slow and steady wins the race. So that's my plan for Sunday.
That's awesome. And then, round 3, though, round 3 is a gallon and a half of baked beans. And I want for people listening, picture a gallon of water. He's eating a whole gallon of beans that size and then another half. That's unbelievable. What the heck? How do you do that?
I'm just going to chug it.
No surprise there. That's awesome.
A lot of people on my channel wants me to chug beans, and I'm like, I am not chugging beans, but I guess I'm gonna have to do it this time. Right. I think just chugging it will be quicker than spooning it in from a big bowl, because you're spooning it and you're spooning it. I'm just gonna go or just chugging it and just going down. It's just gonna be it's just gonna be just pro game, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to be on my A game, just chugging the doggone beans. Yes, I can't wait. That's going to be a sight.
And then, do you have any other thoughts about that challenge? Because I'm going to watch it. I got to say, you're cool because you have an incredible personality. I think that's what competitive eating needs, is people like you who have this really fascinating, fun personality to watch. Do you have any other thoughts about competitive eating or about the Major League Eating's event on this whole weekend and throughout next week?
Well, I just think that I've been in it for over 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
I think competitive eating is awesome. I think Major League Eating is awesome. Big up to George and Rich Shea and what they do over over the time to make competitive eating do it right, correctly, safely, and make it, more like a legitimate sport. So, but I think that, I just think that this challenge right here, it's good, saying just, because of the current climate, saying that's in, I just think that something like this, that's fun, saying that, and, that has, people that everybody recognize, saying like, Joey or Mickey or, me or Stoney, saying, these are all people that we all know, saying we're all in the comforts of our home, saying, and we're providing something that, America and, the world loves, competitive eating, straight from the house. And it's like, this fact that this COVID-19 stuff took away sports, just everyththing just closed down. I'm just glad that this is one of the sports that's going to be coming back, as the curve flattens. We hope that everything just comes back to normal sooner than later. And when everything gets back to normal, I'm going to have big fun. We're going to have a mass celebration. I don't know what I'm going to do, but it's going to be fun. But I'm just glad that, we're able to have, some kind of sport
Yeah. Oh
coming
yeah.
back. I mean, I know in other arenas, I've been watching ESPN. I see like the big basketball stars, they play in 2K20, and everything, and they doing that, what I'm saying. But I'm just glad to see that things is coming back to normal. I'm just so glad to see that things are, that this is available to people so that, they can have some levity in this time, what I'm saying, because that's what we all need.
Well, you guys are doing something really important, which is giving people entertainment. People don't realize everyone's stuck at home, and the people like you and people who make art are the people that everyone's really appreciating and enjoying their work. So people like you doing stuff like competitive eating from your house, giving us something to watch and be entertained by, props to you. I'm so grateful because I miss sports. I want something to watch, something to grab my attention. This definitely will. And it's just awesome, man. You guys are doing great stuff.
Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you having me. What I'm saying, this is awesome. This is a great interview, man. I thank you very much. And it's like, and I'm so glad to do this. What I'm saying, I'm so glad to do it. So glad to give, people something good to watch. While this is going down.
Thank you, my man. Anything else? Any other shout outs you want to give, or anything else you want to say?
Well, yeah, I just want to say that, everybody visit Major League Eating's, Instagram at Eating Contest. Visit Major League Eating's YouTube. What I'm saying? Check out betonline.ag for all your, your sports betting and everything else, concerning betting. And check out this quarantine challenge all week. It's going to be fun. And if you want to check me out, your boy Badlands is all over Spotify. I got rap songs about eating on Spotify. Just
I love it. I've seen them too. They're cool.
Thank you. And BadlandsChugs, chugging the world one bottle at a time. YouTube.com/BadlandsChugs. I have a link tree. It's Linktree/BadlandsBooker, right? Or linktr.ee/BadlandsBooker. These link trees are pretty crazy. If you go to that link tree, everything concerning Badlands Booker is there,
Got it. Yep.
Yeah, so it's hey, I'm just trying to stay hungry and focused and chug the world one bottle at a time, So
hey, actually, before we go, where do because you're a competitive eater, but that's food, you're eating stuff. Where does chugging come in, and how did chugging become part of the whole brand and part of the whole thing?
Well, I mean, after we do contests, we like to hang out at the local watering hole, wherever we may be. And, I guess I'm a good chugger, and I just, it all started from me just, chugging brews with some of my friends, all across the country, right? And then we'll have little challenges, saying, the Edward 40 hands and stuff like that, right? And then, right, about a year and a half ago, I was like, one of my buddies was like, yo, I think you should just start chugging, like crazy. I think people would like to see you do that. So I said, yeah, sure. So let me just start, grab some 2 liters, just chugging stuff, and then the people liked it. And I asked the people, hey, what do you want to see? And then, I just, gave them what they want. And it's like after, how many, like 3 minute chugs later, here we are, and I'm like, I can't believe that my channel has grown so, in the amount of time it did. I just want to tell you to everybody, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for making BadlandsChugs a success. I mean, I remember I started at 10,000 subscribers, and that's a huge deal. The hardest thing for you doing YouTube is to get 10,000 subscribers.
Absolutely.
That's the hardest thing to do. And but once the ball gets rolling, it gets easier. You'll be at 100,000 before you know it, and then on your way to 1 million, and then I guess I'll be able to catch up to Stoney with his 10 million. Big ups to Matt Stoney, he's awesome. Y'all gotta watch Matt Stoney's YouTube channel as well. He's totally awesome.
Awesome, man. Hey, man. First of all, thank you so much for your time. We've been talking for 30 minutes, and you are just a delight. Thank you so much for all your time. I'm a fan of you. Good luck with everything, and thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome. Thank you for having me. Anytime you want me on, you just contact me. My email BadlandsBooker at AOL, or just contact Major League Eating, and I'm always available. Okay, this was a fun interview. I really appreciate you, and I appreciate your show.
Yes, sir. Thanks so much, man. Take care. I love your name. Badlands is awesome. Have a great day, and hopefully talk again. I would love to have you on again. You're an awesome dude with a great voice, and I really enjoy you. So thank you so much.
Definitely. And anytime, buddy. Anytime. Okay?
Take care. Yes, sir.
All right. Later.
Man, BadlandsChugs. I never in a million years would have thought I'd have him on. Not because I just never thought. I mean, I know who he is. When he contacted us, I jumped at it because I was like, are you kidding me? I can have BadlandsChugs on my to interview him. Like what? I don't know. I've heard of him before. It's one thing to have a random food eating guy because we knew that maybe. People got in touch with me, said we have a food eating guy who might be able to talk to you, and I was like, okay, not sold at all. They didn't sell the interview good at all. And then I hear, oh, it's BadlandsChugs, and I'm like, of course, it's the one competitive eater other than Joey Chestnut or Kobayashi I've heard of. I'm like, are you kidding me? Let's bring him on, and I hope you enjoyed it. My fear is that audio is not the greatest, but hey, for anyone who wanted to, I hope you enjoyed it. It was any audio problems were his end, just on the phone. But he's a great dude. I'm rooting for him. And, man, I'm just so glad that he took the time out of his day to it's 7 a.m. where I'm at. And I had so much fun. So, guys, thank you so very much. I think what I'm going to do, because the interview was so long, I'm in the middle of recording I literally recorded 4 of my 5 film analysis videos for the NFL draft. Yesterday, I got a couple more. Then we'll make a whole podcast out of it. But I think what I'm going to do with this episode is just put it into a full, long interview, make that just a single episode. If anybody wants to listen to it, they can. That way, if people have audio they don't like hearing the phone audio, they don't need to listen to it. But I really think that, I hope you look him up. BadlandsChugs, he's a great dude, pretty clearly from talking to him. And he gave me a bunch of his time. So Badlands, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And for anyone listening, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day. Bam, we are done.